Hello, everyone, and welcome to the daily morning podcast. So, let's firstly talk about how the Indian markets went in yesterday's session. So, Indian equity benchmark indices ended about 1% down yesterday amid profit booking after the MPC meet outcome. If you look at Sensex, then Sensex was down around 724 points at 71,428 levels, while Nifty 50 declined about 212 points to settle at 21,718 levels. The RBI, as expected, left the key interest rates unchanged and maintained its status quo stance. The FY25 real GDP growth forecast was increased, but the outlook on inflation and banking liquidity continue to remain on the cautious side. Broader markets also closed lower by 0.1 to 0.4% and continue to outperform the benchmarks. And the major impact was seen in rate sensitive sectors like private banks, FMCG, and auto, which were down more than 1% on NSE. So, if we look on the sector-wise performance, then PSU banks were up 2%, media was up around close to 2%, consumer durable sector was down 0.6%, metals were down 0.7%, Nifty healthcare was slightly up by 0.1%. Private banks, as I said, were down by 2.6%, and FMCG was also down by 2.1%. If we look into the major losers on Nifty 50, then yesterday Kotak Bank, Britannia, Axis Bank, Nestle, and Eicher Motors were the top five losers on Nifty 50, while SBI, BPCL, Power Grid, Coal India, Hindalco, and TCS were the top five gainers in Nifty 50. Now, about 262 stocks have scaled new 52-week highs, while 18 stocks were trading at their 52-week lows. If you look into the cash market liquidity, then the FIs were net sellers in the cash market yesterday to the tune of rupees 4,934 crores, while DIs were net buyers to the tune of 5,512 crores in the cash market yesterday. Now, taking a check on some of the key corporate earnings which were announced in yesterday's session. So, Aarti Industries reported their December quarter numbers. The company's numbers were slightly on the weaker side as the revenue of the company grew by 3.8% year on year to rupees 1,732 crores. EBITDA and net profit were down by around 10% year on year to rupees 260 crores and 124 crores respectively. The margins were also down 231 basis points at 15%. So overall, a weak set of numbers from Aarti Industries. PFC, that is Power Finance Corporation's number were decent. The total income of the company grew by 20% year on year at rupees 23,593 crores. Net profit was also up by 20% year on year at rupees 6,294 crores. The company also declared interim dividend of rupees 3.5 per share. So a decent set of numbers from Power Corp. After that, KNR Constructions also reported its third quarter numbers. The revenue was up 13.8% year on year at rupees 996 crores. EBITDA and net profit were up by 14.7% and 25.3% year on year respectively. Margins were up 18 basis points at 22.7%. So decent set of numbers from KNR Constructions. After that, RVNL has also reported numbers. The revenue of the company has gone down 6.4% year on year at rupees 4,689 crores. EBITDA and net profit also were down by 9.6% and 6.2% year on year respectively. Margin was down 18 basis points year on year at 5.3%, so slightly weak numbers from RVNL. Global Health reported good set of numbers. Revenue of the company gone up around 20% year on year at rupees 833 crores. EBITDA and net profit were up by 32.6% and 53.3% year on year respectively. EBITDA margin of the company expanded to 43 basis points year on year at 25.5%. So a good set of numbers from Global Health. SKF India also announced its December numbers. The revenue of the company increased 1.4% year on year. EBITDA was, however, down 6.3% year on year, while net profit was up 13.3% year on year at rupees 132.2 crores. The EBITDA margin of the company also weakened 129 basis points year on year at 15.8%. So overall, SKF India has reported mixed set of numbers, and the reaction on the stock can be neutral in short term. After that, Balmer Lorry and Company also reported December quarter numbers. Revenue of the company gone up by 15.7% year on year. EBITDA and net profit were up by 67% and 89% year on year respectively. EBITDA margin increased 431 basis points at 14.1%. So strong numbers from Balmer Lorry. Schneider Electric Infrastructure also posted good set of numbers. Revenue of the company grew 29.5% year-on-year. EBITDA was up 87.3% year-on-year at rupees 110 crores. Net profit stood at 90.9 crores against 43.5 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. The EBITDA margin also grew 458 basis points year-on-year at 14.8%. So overall strong numbers from Schneider Electric Infrastructure. Another infra company, that is ITD Cementation, also posted robust set of numbers. The revenue of the company has gone up 52% year-on-year. EBITDA grew by around 97% year-on-year at rupees 205 crores. The company posted a net profit of rupees around 79 crores from 37 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. The margins also expanded by 231 basis points at 10.2%. So good numbers from ITD Cement. Another company, Biocon, also posted good set of numbers. The revenue has gone up 34.4% year-on-year. EBITDA has gone up 43.8% year-on-year. The company has reported a net profit of rupees 753 crores during the quarter against a loss of 20.7 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. The margins have also grown 153 basis points year-on-year at 23.4%. So overall good set of numbers from Biocon. Some of the key corporate earnings which will be declared in today's trade are Alchem Laboratories, Bajaj Hindustan Sugar, Bandhan Bank, Campus Activewear, Kaplan Laboratories, Cello World, Datamatics Global Services, DOMS Industries, Easy Trip Planners, Gujarat Mineral Development Corporation, that is GMDC, Godrej Industries, Gror & Wheel India, Happy Forgings, Hero Motocorp, and many companies will be declaring their December quarter numbers in today's trade. If we take a look on some of the other stocks which are in focus today because of the news, then telecom stocks are in focus. The Union Cabinet has announced its approval for a 10,523 MHz spectrum auction this fiscal year with a reserve price of rupees 96,317 crores. The auction will be held for spectrum in 800 MHz, 900 MHz, 1800 MHz, 2100 MHz, 2300 MHz, etc. In various frequency bands with a validity period of around 20 years. So this will be positive for telecom stocks like Reliance Industries, Bharti Airtel, as well as Vodafone Idea in short term. Another company, Bharat Heavy Electricals, is also in news. The company has received an order worth rupees 5,500 crores from Haryana Power Generation Corporation for up to 1/800 megawatts ultra supercritical expansion unit in Haryana. So that will be positive for Bharat Heavy Electricals in short term. TVS Supply Chain Solutions has signed a settlement agreement in relation to certain disputes. TVS Australia will make aggregate payments amounting to $6 million. So because of this development, TVS Supply Chain Solutions can remain in focus. Other than this, Balmer Lorry can also continue to remain in focus as the company will establish a 200 kiloliters per day first generation grain based ethanol plant in Andhra Pradesh. So that will be positive for the company over medium to long term. IRCTC has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Uttarakhand government to operate tourist trains to the state. So that will be positive for the company. Lastly, Dynamatic Technologies has awarded a large order from Europe-based multinational company Airbus to manufacture and assemble doors for Airbus A220 family of aircraft. So positive for Dynamatic Technologies in medium term. On the IPO front, today Antro Healthcare Solutions will be open for bidding. The price band of the company is set at rupees 1,195 to 1,258 per share. The total issue size of the IPO is around 1,600 crores. So, one can also look at this particular development in the market today. Discussing some of the bulk deals. So in case of Jupiter Wagons, there has been a bulk deal whereby Vanderbilt University has sold 40 lakh shares, which is around 1% of the stake at rupees 384.21 per share. In case of Avalon Technologies, Goldman Sachs India has sold 14.93 lakh shares, which is around 2.28% of the stake, while HDFC Mutual Fund has bought 14.31 lakh shares, which is around 2.2% of the stake at rupees 474 per share. In Salasa Techno Engineering, the Dream Achiever Consultancy Services has bought 45 lakh shares, which is around 1.42% of the stake at rupees 32.25 per share. Then taking a check on some of the insider trades, then in Iona Exchange, promoter group Bimal Jain has sold 31,641 shares between 30th January to 7th February. In Paisalo Digital, the promoter Equilibrated Venture CFlow has acquired 14.62 lakh shares on 8th February. Then in MedPlus Health Services, the promoter Agilemed Investments have created a pledge of 4.3 lakh shares yesterday. So after discussing all these market data points, let's now focus on how the market will open in today's trade. So if we take a look on the US market closing, the US market has closed 0.1 to 0.2% higher overnight on good corporate earnings as well as economic data, which showed continued labor market strength. Asian markets are currently trading on a mixed note with a slightly negative bias in the GIFT Nifty. So this indicates an overall flat to negative opening for our market in today's trade. So that's all on the daily morning update. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.